And I'm going to play the intro. No, I'm not, because it's not fucking going to the thing. Sorry, I'm fucked with all my audio. Fucking with the audio, taking it away, doing the stuff that ruins it for me later. There it is. I used to be a musician.
We know.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. All right, music time. Hello. Oh, geez. I did it again. I'm yelled at the beginning. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast. Here again, live on Twitch at emosocialclub.tv. I am one of the people, Brian. And the other person with me here is...
Sorry, my thing cut out because I didn't hear you.
I was probably just playing too loud of tunes to you.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Hello, it's Lizzie. I'm here as well. I was like, I looked up. I was like, the shade what?
The shade?
And I just straight up didn't hear anything.
The shade. Now we're talking we're talking about temps across the country and how there are high temps other places besides Chicago right now, where it's just cold and rainy and floody in the alleyway behind my apartment.
Well, that's sad for you.
Yeah, it's rough. I would take some hot weather right about now because it's been real miserable. I think that's also leading to a lot of my in the house mania right now, is the fact that like it's not even nice outside.
So you can't even just be like, I'm just gonna go for a walk. Fuck it.
No, I can't even like look outside and go, oh, look at how nice it is somewhere. I don't go outside. Like, I do not leave my apartment. I have all of my stuff here. Every time I do leave the apartment, I go, I missed all my stuff. And then I like immediately want to go back to the apartment. I miss my stuff.
We get it. You're materialistic. Chill.
Absolutely. I've been crushing the Amazon game, and I apologize to everybody that I'm ordering from Amazon.
Just don't order for Amazon on May 1st because that's when they're doing a walkout. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
don't cross
good.
the picket line.
Yeah, the picket line is digital. That's good. I will have to keep that in mind because I, again, have been just manic inside. Welcome to the podcast.
Hope everyone's doing all right.
Oh, everybody's crushing it. We were discussing before hit record on this about that. Well, Chicago has extended stay at home until, is it technically June 1st or is it just through May?
Through May. I mean, we just rounded up to June 1st because the stay at home order for this month was supposed to end technically today on the 29th, but everyone just said May 1st just to round it out.
That's fair. Yeah. So, we had planned that this live broadcast at emosocialclub.tv would be continuing just through the end of April. But now it looks like we're going to be at you for another month. So, you know, toot your air horns. Beep, 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 beep. You got us for another month. Which, I mean, that's fine. I'm actually like, I am fine with it. I am fine. You can tell because of that long pause in the middle.
He's fine. He needs to do something.
Yeah.
With his stuff.
I have so much stuff. I've been trying to objectively improve my life just little bits at a time. And so far, not really. And it's not really going so well. But it's also not going super poorly either, I guess. So I just want my experience on this planet in this exact situation to be just a little bit better than when I went into it. Yeah, Lizzie, how have you been dealing with it so far, and how do you feel about being inside for another month?
I mean, I still have to go to work, so I
That's
also
true.
have to factor that in. And when I come into work, I'll get an email like 3 hours where I have to start my shift. Be like, "Hey, by the way, I need you to learn how to do these 3 things. That if you don't do it, you're gonna go off air. So don't fuck it up."
Oh my
So
god.
my stress and anxiety level have been up here, like the maximum limit possible, and it takes me like a day and a half to 2 days to kind of like recoup because I work in like blocks during the weekend. So
Right.
it's like a full weekend of just high stress and intensity.
Yeah.
And then just continuously hearing how awful everything is in the world for like 8.5 hours, basically.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Like,
It's insane because you could try to like not pay attention to it, but it's like, oh, I can't. I have to be here and understand what's going on.
yeah.
So it's been a lot. So when I come back home, if I'm able to, where I live has a nice Riverwalk area, as you probably remember
mhm.
us with Adam from Bad Planning talking about. I no longer am a hoodlum or have friends who sit underneath the bridge and do drugs. I don't know if it still happens, probably does, but it's not
I'm
me
sure it
and my
does.
friends.
If the bridge is there, people will go under it.
Was doing it. They're like little goblins. I'll go like walk around there, and there's like this coffee shop, Sparrow Coffee, that I like to go to that's still open. So supporting local business, and I'll go and I'll get a cookie and a coffee and like walk around and try to not want to cry. But it's been okay. I'm putting together a studio in my house because we always have like an empty room because we need to have like a lot of bedrooms because there's 7 of us. So we always have a house that has just like an extra empty room. It's supposed to be like some sitting room or whatever. I'm like, well, we never use it. So we're putting like a barn door on it and getting everything set up. Got some cheap furniture like Craigslist and such. It's all wiped down, I swear. It's all disinfected.
Of course.
So just doing that, getting a studio set up, and so that I'm just trying to do that to get my mind off of things, and then just trying to also remember to do my schoolwork because everything's online. It's very easy to forget during all of this.
It's like we're in such a weird time that there should be so much more forgiveness for stuff like that, and it's hard to say that.
They're like, you could do pass fail, and I'm like, but that's not gonna. I'm like, it's a podcast class. I'm like, so it's an easy A for me, but I keep forgetting because it's an easy A.
Yeah.
I hope my professor's not listening.
Are you? First of all, I feel like you get extra credit for doing a podcast.
I hope so.
Like, it's kind of like, are you learning anything that, like, first of all, if we are putting out this quality of content and it's like, you tell everybody that you're taking a podcasting class, it's like, I thought it would be better. And it's like, but it's not.
Listen, I'm only in week 5 of 10 in the class. All right. Technically it's midterms, but there are no midterms.
Guys, we are 5 weeks away from having a fantastic podcast.
It's going to be another 10-15 minute documentary. That's just going to be released separately, and it's going to be me editing it.
Oh
That's
my God.
it.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, that was my favorite episode.
I have to still do that.
Well, I'm sure you'll do fine.
That's how I'm doing it. Peter, absolute power move. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh,
how are you? Okay, so I was complaining about, like, sometimes I just need a little bit more time to myself in my own apartment, and like, love having some company, at least when I can have it, but also like having some separation in my house is nice. How are you dealing with 7 people in your house?
I mean, I have always, since I was born, have lived with many people in my household, so it's not new.
Okay.
The only thing that's new is that we're all home at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing. So, I mean, my grandpa still works, so he's at least gone like 9 to 5, basically.
Your grandpa works?
And then yeah.
Oh, damn. I would imagine
7
that
people living in this house.
I mean, I don't want to assume your grandfather's age, but
my grandfather is 75 years old.
Yeah, see, I'd be like, hey, you no, don't stay in.
Listen, it keeps him sharp.
It might keep him in danger. It might keep him at
Listen,
risk.
he works as a security guard in like a science place, and it's very clean.
All right. Well, as long as
and he doesn't see many people, so there's at least that. He's doing a way less dangerous job compared to a lot of other, people working like actual like front lines and like grocery stores and shit like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so there's that.
I accept that. You got me worried there. I'm like, all right.
No, he's okay otherwise because he just comes home, so that's not bad. But I mean, we each kind of have our own space. Still, like a lot of us will. My brother's doing DoorDash just to do something in between his classes because he got sent home from school in Wisconsin because he lives on campus.
Of course.
My sister still has to do like classes online, and she's able to work. She works at shout out to Culver's. So we can love the free pints of ice cream my sister brings home.
Hell yeah.
And then my other brother he built on like a huge Ninja Warrior thing in his room, which is next to my room. So he has this huge pegboard where you have to like put pegs and like you move across. So sometimes during a mid-afternoon nap, I'll hear him like pegboarding across the wall. And then the other day on Sunday, I come home from work because I work overnight now from 2:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I get home around noon after I come around on the train. And I wake up at 2:00 to my brother doing like 10 rounds of burpees in his room.
How big is your house?
I think it's like 2,000 square feet, which is bigger than the last house we lived in, which is like 1,500.
I mean, I'll accept that. I'm like, what the what?
What the what? I mean, one brother's in the basement.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to picture how somebody puts up a pegboard, like a peg wall to do Ninja Warrior.
My brother used to do wood chopping. So he knows how to do all that stuff. And he also has one that's on the ceiling. I'll take a photo later and put it on the Emo Social Club Instagram because nobody will fucking believe this thing is ridiculous. He's building one for his girlfriend's house too. So I don't even want to know how her house looks.
Yeah.
But it's basically like his entire room is like on the ceiling is even like stuff that dangles that you like swing across.
I also feel like houses aren't built for that.
Like, yeah, that's what my dad said too.
Hey, get down.
Hey, don't do that. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna rip the fucking ceiling out.
Yeah, like what happens when he's just like,
you know what? We don't know. We're just waiting. Yeah, I don't know. The bed's just there. It's just like there's stuff over the bed. So if he just wants to pull himself out of bed, literally, oh
my God,
it's insane. And then he also still does. He was a Ninja Warrior like trainer and coach for kids. So he's also doing virtual training classes now with his students.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't fathom it. So my brain has stopped.
And then my dad's still working and then my mom's just around the house doing whatever. So, I mean, we all somewhat have space to an extent.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that at least you're dealing well with all of that happening around you. Yeah.
As well as I can. Hopefully other people are doing the same, even if it's just jumping in your car and driving to fucking nowhere for 20 minutes.
Not a bad idea.
I have done that. What I've done is I've gone to Jewel and I've been shopping and I'll be texting. I have one friend, she's under isolation because her mom is really high risk. And she's like, I haven't been outside in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. And I was like, Jewel, do you need anything? So sometimes I'll be like, oh, like, do you need like alcohol or something? So I did that. And I'm like, here's this snack. She's like, stop being so nice. I'm like, you have not been able to leave your fucking house for 2 months. I could not do that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Peter says he also does probably the driving around 5 times a week. Dude, like, you gotta at a certain point. You gotta.
I kind of wish I had a car to do it, but not really. Also not really.
Granted, driving around in the city is much different than driving around in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like even me walking down from the train station to my work, I still see so many fucking people like driving in the loop. And I'm like, why are you here?
Where do you have to be?
Where do you have to go? It is
definitely not here.
It is 4:00 in the afternoon. You should be nowhere near here.
No. I can see the highway from my kitchen, like 94. And like, there are way too many cars, just period. Yeah. And I'm like, none of you need to be here. And if I drive, I get, we're going somewhere, we're going to the store, and we get on the highway, and it's like, we hit traffic. And I'm like, this isn't reality. We are telling everyone to stay at home. Nobody should be on the road. And I am stuck in traffic. Foolishness. Garbage ass foolishness.
Listen, you're also in the city, so
yeah, true.
It's always going to be riddled with traffic, whether you like it or not, pandemic or not.
I know. This is going to be my stand-up routine.
No.
So I'm out here on the highway.
Okay, Brian, let's not have a quarantine meltdown and become a comedian real quick, all right?
Yeah, okay. Thanks for trying to stop my quarantine meltdown. All I needed was, I was doing a Jerry Seinfeld impression, Peter. I'm glad that you noticed it, though, because I'm like, oh, that was an interesting voice. Who was that?
Oops.
I thought that would be like more like, I'm not good at it. Yes, so I'm not going to become that. I'm not going to be a comedian by any means. I don't think that it would be funny to do pandemic jokes now or later. So
okay, maybe in 5 years.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, people do 9/11 jokes, whether they're tasteful or not.
Well, so. I mean, because it was an inside job, you can joke about that. No, not serious. No, not serious. No, not serious at all. Just so everyone's aware, no, I'm not serious. That is not true.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not like push to 9/11?
Yes, I have. So,
as a confirmed UFOs come out of the woodwork, thanks to Tom DeLonge and the FBI.
Oh my God! So I've been like, Kieran, our fitness guru, guy who trains me, guy who is still training me while I'm at home, making me hurt every day.
I know. I love seeing the little animal emoji faces he puts on you to hide how much you're dying. I can only imagine how much you actually look dead. I
am. We've been talking because he's way more active on social media than I am because he's promoting his own business.
Oh yeah, because that's how he gets business.
Yeah, and it's like all these pretty people and himself who's just like, oh, we're fit, we're buff. Like, I'll help you get there if you want to get there too.
I will look at it and I'm always thinking, oh, that person actually looks like those models that are like, oh, you're never gonna meet someone like that in real life. And it's like, this bitch probably lives in the fucking suburbs, and I would run into her and be like, I could never be like that.
I could never. So we've been like, we've been talking about conspiracies because people keep talking to him with their conspiracy theories. Like, they keep coming to him.
So is it in the same sense of when you're getting your hair done and you tell your hairstylist all the gossip of the week or of the
month?
A
little bit, yeah.
How many times?
100%, yeah.
I just never thought conspiracy theories and your fitness instructor would correlate together ever.
Yeah. I mean, we just think it's funny. I guess that's just it. It is insane how people just come to these decisions about this must be a conspiracy. Now, my understanding about how people work and how the human brain works is primarily based on instinct in a fight or flight sort of danger reaction at all times. That's just how people work, especially high anxiety. So yeah. it's like you're just always looking.
You're always in fight or flight.
Yeah, and you tend to be more in flight, and you're like, but there's a thing in your brain that makes you more likely to try to connect two dots to make sense. And there are some ways that people can take advantage of that if they give you like enough logical things, like, and do enough like consistent and yet like kind of realistic logical leaps from one thing to the next. Like they can bring you in and loop you into conspiracy theory, and then you're just like in a free fall into the rest of them from there. I understand that, and I understand that like people's brains just do it to them. Like it's not anyone's fault necessarily. It's just that like our brains work that way. There is a string of people out there that want people to believe that, probably to sell them on something. Usually it's to make money. Occasionally it's like Nazi shit, which is insane.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that side of the argument.
Anti-vax started as a Nazi propaganda tool. So anytime someone comes at you with like vaccines
eugenics,
so it's all that. It literally, the first person that was writing about anti-vax, like don't vaccinate, it was saying it because of Nazi shit. Yeah, sorry, Peter. I'm gonna move off of this topic real quick. I'm just saying, like, this is why you can't believe it.
Hey, don't believe conspiracy theories. I understand there's a lot of things
that's
out
the
there
overall...
that you should question certain things, obviously, but
yeah, the overarching topic is that, but
like not when it comes to this.
No. So
like, don't be like Alex Jones, who was trying to like, who was like, oh, Sandy Hook didn't really happen. No, that really fucking happened. All those kids fucking died.
Yeah,
like that is not a conspiracy theory. That is something that awfully happened because of a lack of gun control.
We are on board with that. I asked him, and he then asked somebody who was bringing stuff to him. Because people are obviously going to be concerned that like, oh, coronavirus is a conspiracy. You all sound like that. And and I'm like, okay, listen, you as a person clearly have figured it out. You are capable of looking through the veil that everyone wants us to see. They're putting it in front of our faces so we don't see the truth lying behind that. And you, as a genius, have been able to see behind the veil. You've pulled the curtain out of the way. You now are looking behind it. And so the question I have for you is, why? Like, why would anyone want to do that? Like, why?
What do these people gain from like doing this?
Peter, why does anyone benefit from turning the freaking frogs gay?
Exactly.
Like, I don't get it of why somebody would be like, this is what's happening. And you go, okay, but like, why would somebody do that? Like, I don't ever believe that there has been a single person in the history of people with people brains in their people heads walking around doing people things who's been smart enough to like outsmart everybody else. Like,
even with people who say, like Julian Assange and like Chelsea Manning, like they are whistleblowers and they found things. But here's the thing, they were also like inside of it, and then they got promptly like thrown away into prison. And they're still trying to get out of it.
And also, that's not a conspiracy. Also, Julian Assange went to prison for sexual assault, but Chelsea Manning did not.
No.
But like I guess this is the difference between like a conspiracy and a theory, therefore, of sorts of them conspiracies, and just like people trying to do shit. Like the idea that there's a conspiracy. Let's say Kira and I were talking about Peter. We really are getting into some shit. I don't. Thank you for accepting this. So we were talking about like JFK, for example, and like how there's a lot of conspiracy theories around the assassination of JFK, right? So the assumption, therefore, as a conspiracy, is that there was a Illuminati shadow group or government behind the scenes pulling strings, making things happen so that no one would know that was actually happening and got away with it. Because now we as a society, we as a culture have accepted that it was an assassination, but there was like an ulterior motive to murder JFK, as opposed to just like some guy who is wanting to murder, wanted to commit a crime in whatever capacity he wanted to do that, murders a guy, and then we might be we are basically becoming Shane Dawson, who I also feel like doesn't leave his house.
I don't think he ever, before this, I don't think he ever just left his house in general.
No, he has a golf cart. He doesn't have to.
I've stolen a golf cart once as a child.
I do like Shane Dawson. I do understand any critiques. I do like Shane Dawson. And like his conspiracy theory shit is like always just for getting views for his channel. It is never true. He's just fucking around. He is an actor. He's an LA person. Like he's just doing shit for views. Also,
back to the JFK thing. Remember remember that Gerard Way is like super into that too.
Yeah. See, we're on topic.
We're on top of it. We're topical.
We're talking about emo stuff.
We're talking about emo stuff. Gerard Way and his wife, Lindsay, they did the whole recreation and he's super into it. My high school teacher who got fired a year later was super into the conspiracy theory and taught us about it for a full 2 hours straight. Don't know why that was allowed, but it happened.
Is that why he did that in Umbrella Academy with Five? Yeah. That's why he was doing that. Okay, I get it.
Anyway, if anybody hasn't, I haven't watched all of Umbrella Academy, but I read the graphic novels. Just go read the graphic novels.
You have time now.
Do I?
Well, I don't know. What are you doing out there? You got time. You got to get away from the 7 people in your house.
With 7 people in my house. No excuses. Oh no.
No excuses.
I still have to finish Castlevania. I started like 3 months ago.
Oh my god. So I guess just to wrap up a nice pretty bow on my feelings about conspiracy theorists, it's like you would believe that there was this group of people working behind the scenes to do something that would mislead the entire population, right? And my question to you is, A, do you think anybody could actually do that as a group of people, as a collection of people? Like, if you've ever worked on a group project in school, do you really believe that anybody can get along for long enough to not do it? And 2, Peter,
you good?
Yeah, Peter called me out, and I like that. Nice pretty bow on top of the JFK assassination.
Hey, it would get views. We would get some people, granted they might leave bad reviews on iTunes. They'd be like, this isn't about the JFK shooting.
My family. Yeah, this is nothing about that. They're making light of this. It's like, yeah, well, I told you I was going to make 9/11 jokes. So, yeah. Your belief is that a group of people could pull this off. And then it's like, well, we know that other people have like tried to hide things from us. It's like, yeah, that's just called like, you don't tell everybody everything. And then like what it turns out is you were doing something that was underhanded or illegal. And somebody's like, no, ethically, I cannot stand for this. And they told us. It's not as though like every group is a shadow group of people. Like, we know that people are like fucking around and doing the wrong thing.
I get the whole entirely don't trust the government thing, because quite obviously please do not drink bleach again.
God, I hate that that's what you have to say. Like, you're like, don't trust our government. It's like, well, yeah, but normally we would at least trust them more, but then like, okay.
Yeah, listen.
Drink bleach. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I get that. And I understand, as somebody who's grown up watching everything like conspiracy theory, supernatural, otherworldly since I was a child, for whatever the reason. Why I was allowed, don't know. But beside all that, there's just start sipping Lysol. Yeah, just do that instead.
Oh, I'm huffing Lysol every day.
Huffing Lysol. Please don't do that, actually. The B12 shots at music festivals when they come back are probably gonna be Lysol and bleach shots. So get ready, guys. But when it comes to conspiracy theories, like you shouldn't fully trust the government. I am somebody who believes in that, but also like there's a point where you just kind of have to be realistic and be like, all right, how fucking ridiculous does this sound?
Yeah.
Like, I remember, and I also know like the start of some conspiracy theories come from, people within their own family trying to like have hints of like what could happen. Like when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry denounced their titles and were leaving, somebody was like, oh, Harry said he doesn't want Meghan to end up like his mother. And I'm like, okay, you mean like probably like fucking harassed by everybody and the queen like she has been and like going crazy? And people were like, oh no, that means that they're out to get them and they're gonna murder them. And I'm like, all right, well, if you want to go that route, have fun.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't believe people. My brain is stopping again. I'm just like, Are you serious?
Remember, everybody as legal U.S. citizens has the right to FOIA requests, which is the Freedom of Information Act.
That is correct.
Where you can, it may take a while for them to push it through, or they might be pushed back depending on what it is. You can legally request anything that is public records. So
Correct.
anything from officials, they publicly and legally have to put that in, and you can request for it. The biggest issue people run in is that they'll redact the shit out of them, which means it's just all blacked out.
Yeah, of course.
And they'll charge you 10 cents per copy. Like the government doesn't already have enough of our money.
But they need tens of our cents.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Okay, we're getting off of conspiracy theories
anyway, so our friend Renee actually sent me a message on Facebook earlier this week about the Post Malone Nirvana.
I just watched it last night. Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it this afternoon. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I thought it was actually, I was surprised that it was good. It kind of reminds me of, remember when Casio was like, yeah, I like became a pop star so I can get into the music industry, but I really want to do like this other type of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Post Malone is doing.
So I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast much, but I obviously very much like Post Malone because I don't know. I think he's great. He was a like acoustic emo like singer-songwriter, like hardcore band. Like that was him before he did all this. But of course it's like, yeah, you're not going to get popular and
massively
you're not going to get signed
like that.
And he started doing like the pretty basic hip hop singing thing. I'm not going to say, oh man, Post Malone is like great because of his music. I'm like, Post Malone's music is fun and that's all that matters. And I like Post Malone as a person because he himself is that. He's like, I just wanted to like make money doing what I love, and then I can do like whatever the fuck I want. So for those who haven't seen it, he did a like a little over an hour, like probably like an hour 20 of Nirvana
like
covers.
Almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, on he streamed it live on YouTube for charity. It was him and Travis Barker played drums. And he had a couple friends like playing guitar and bass, and then they just like chilled. It was like a concert, and like it was cool, and it sounded great. And like
I liked how him and his bassist at least like dressed up in like very Courtney Love like 90s grunge style, and with like the floral house coat. And I think he was wearing like a spiked choker from what I could tell. Yeah. I was like, oh, he's styling. He really is getting into it.
Yeah. Like it was fun. It was and he performed really well. And he like says at one point during it, like, I think this is the first performance I've ever done without auto-tune because everybody knows I can't sing for shit, but it doesn't matter because all I'm doing is like screaming.
Yeah, because I listened to it, I'm like, oh, like it doesn't, obviously nobody's ever going to sound like Kurt Cobain, but I'm like, oh, like this actually hits. If you played it and you had maybe like a harder background, like something more like hardcore sounding, I'd be like, oh yeah, like this sounds good.
Yeah. It was just all like,
I'm not to discredit that like hardcore singers or vocalists sound bad. It's just in our scene, if you start screaming and yelling, that's just what the nature of the music we listen to is. I mean, so to me, it sounded fine. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm actually very, surprised and pleasantly so that he actually sounds good. And I also, because my favorite Nirvana song is Heart Shaped Box, much like probably every other person who listened to it on Rock Band 2. And it actually sounded pretty good. I know that's kind of like a hard song vocally because you're kind of going up and down and like a little bit lower tones. I was like, this actually goes well.
Speaking of, I'm going to try to get my Rock Band instruments from my mom's house in the suburbs, and I'm gonna try to do a stream of it. We'll see. I haven't tried it and checked it in a long time, so gonna try to do it on here and do like some of that, because I was like watching it and I go, damn dude, I want to play Rock Band, I want to play Guitar Hero, like damn. Potentially. So I think it was really funny that Post Malone, a non-rock artist, does this like punk grunge 90s thing on YouTube live, raises like $800,000, the exact same time period that fucking Puddle of Mud puts out
Jesus
a
Christ.
cover of a Nirvana song, and it is one of the awfulest things that has ever existed.
Listen, I know you haven't been on Twitter, so you haven't seen the Trapped chaos.
Oh, I have seen some of the Trapped.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Uh,
At least it's not that, but still, it really tells these older hard rock bands from like the early 2000s that they just need to call it a day.
Yeah.
Like, you are not in this revival of rock music. You are done. Your time has passed.
like, did you think that Puddle of Mud, because there's too many D's in it, was like, yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna be like headlining Lollapalooza.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, what do you think?
Well, it's like, do you remember that band Theory of a Dead Man?
I do. I actually liked them back in the day.
I did too. I first saw Bad Girlfriend as a music video on Fuse. I was like, oh yeah, like this is edgy. Because I was like 13. I was like 13, 14. Right. And I listened to it again. I'm like, Like, I'll still like be like, yeah, but I probably wouldn't listen to it in public.
I'm not going back to it now.
Or if you listen to I Hate My Life by them, it's in the same vein as Simple Plan. Like, I'm just a kid, okay?
Yeah.
That can pop off. Anything else by them? Probably not.
I mean, yeah, it's just... This
is the music critiques that you want, but Pitchfork will never give you.
Pitchfork won't talk positively about Theory of a Dead Man.
They'll only talk positively only about Fiona Apple, and then the entire Twitter community, when Anthony Fantano says that it's okay, will completely explode and say, you don't know music. God. When it's like, I haven't listened to the new Fiona Apple because I'm not a big Fiona Apple fan to begin with, but looking at some of the lyrics people are posting, I'm like, this all sounds like it kind of rhymes, which if that's what you're going for, chill. I haven't listened to it instrumentally. It could sound great instrumentally, but I have no idea. I'm like, I don't feel like that would warrant a 10 out of 10 spot. I mean, granted, that also compares to like my biases, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not really my thing that I'm going to go out and listen to anyway. Like, Fiona Apple's just not really on my list of like, oh, I want to check this out.
When it came out, I was like, look, it's Fiona Apple. I'm like, chill.
Yeah. I've heard good things. That's the best I got. Yeah,
I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I heard the Twitter community's in uproar because they don't know how to take negative criticism.
Nope. No one does.
I mean, I remember
take negative criticism.
I was talking with another person who works in music journalism, and I expressed to them, I'm like, there's a lot of people who don't do music critiques if they don't like what they're listening to, or they never heard of the band and they won't give it anything, honest. And they'll still give it like a pretty decent rating, just to be nice. Like, if we're doing out of 5 stars, I'll give it like a 3.4 to be nice.
That's not
even
bad.
If it sucks.
Yeah.
And this person told me that they only review music that they like. They would never waste their time or review music they didn't like. I'm like, you're not really like exercising your creativity as a writer there, and you're highly limiting yourself and making yourself even more biased. So write negative critiques, even if people don't fucking like it.
Yeah, please just be negative. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, if Pitchfork can do it, you can do it too.
You can do it too. If Anthony Fantano can do it, you can do it too.
Listen, yeah.
I fucking love Anthony Fantano. He's so funny to me.
Just to know that a lot of people might be mad, but literally, who cares?
Yeah. Anthony Fantano tries to make people mad. Like,
and
not
Pitchfork,
really.
I'm pretty sure, makes people mad purposely.
Yeah, exactly. I think Fantano just does it like because he actually feels that way. I think Pitchfork is like, we're trying to get those clicks. Trying to get
100%.
Those clicky dickies.
I don't like. Please never say that again.
I won't. I take that one back. You know what?
Oh, thank you.
Take that one back.
Rewind it.
Yeah. I want to also mention something that because talking about Peter, don't give me shit on this one. It's fine. I'm taking it back. It's not real. Clicky dickies isn't happening. Else. Clicky dickies is canceled.
He said it. He keeps saying it.
I'm canceling it. I'm canceling it.
I can't believe you're canceling your slogan.
I'm canceling. It's not my slogan. It's canceled. Sorry, it's gone. I want to give a recommendation for an Instagram account that I have completely fallen in love with. I think it is so fucking funny. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick just to be sure I got it right. Catatonic Youths. So
Okay.
it is pretty popular. I'm kind of upset. I feel like I was late to the party on this. All this page does is takes clips of bad music performances, whether it's live or music videos, popular, less popular, and without any context, edits down to all the parts about it that are just ridiculous. Like in whatever capacity. Could be something that's okay, could be something bad, could be something that's like, it's pretty all right. Anthony Fantano's been commenting a bunch on it. A bunch of musicians, like I think is Alex Shellnut from A Day to Remember. I think he's from A Day to Remember. I don't fucking know anybody.
I don't know.
Who are these kids?
I don't know who that is.
I think these from A Day to Remember. So anyway, like a bunch of musicians have been commenting on this, and it like really brought me back. It's like, holy shit. There's like a clip of like Paris Hilton rapping.
Oh,
and
God.
It's just like, there's a one thing of like all these little girls like being interviewed about how much they love Avril Lavigne, and like all of them are wearing like the tank tops and the ties and the wristbands.
Me too.
And like it's like just such a moment in time, and MTV just reaching out to these little girls who are just in love with Avril Lavigne and asking them about why you love Avril Lavigne. And it's like, God, the times. The reason that I found it was this YouTube channel I watched was talking about this song called "Sippin' on Summer" by a band called Ashland High, which was Trace Cyrus's of Metro Station's project.
I was about to say, that
Metro
sounds
Station.
Really familiar. What was that? That's what it was.
And that song is terrible.
Well, Metro Station came back with a new song.
But it's not with Trace, right? Or is Trace...
No, it's Trace and Mitchell Musso's brother, because I don't remember his brother's name, but I remember Mitchell Musso from Hannah Montana.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so I found it and I just started looking through, and like there's some fantastic shit on there, and it's worth a watch. There's a clip of Jonathan Davis clearly post having Skrillex sort of like give him some inspiration for dubstep, doing a dubstep DJ set, and holy shit, it's like bad music, and all he's doing is like running out to the audience like, get up motherfuckers, and like just saying fuck a bunch of times. Like it makes you cool and edgy at a festival.
I mean it does.
But then there were like 50 people watching.
Oh, God.
And like kids, and you're like, oh God,
because they think it's edgy.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so fucking funny. So I'm recommending that to everybody. Catatonic Youths with an S. There is another one, just Catatonic Youth, but it's not that one. I don't know what that one is. Don't follow that guy. Might be the same guy, honestly.
He just had to restart, but make it plural.
Yeah. Their tagline is "Musicians are cowards."
Oh my God. They're out for blood is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they really are. I want to also shout out this one band called... The band isn't around anymore, and the singer actually like saw this post of the old band. The band is called It Lives, It Breathes. And the singer like saw this post of their music video and was like, holy shit, I made it. Like it's been like, I think this video came out 4 years ago, so it's not even like recent by any means, but he's like, holy shit, I did it. Like I'm on this page, and like shared it, and like on his like own Instagram he's like, holy fuck, you made it when you're on this page.
Oh my God.
Because like you've got like Reggie Watts and Thomas Middleditch like commenting on it, like giving like everybody's like making jokes about everything and trying to be funny on the internet, including like people who are known for being funny on the internet. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like if I was in a band 4 years ago, which I wasn't.
You were.
I mean, I was in cover bands. It doesn't matter. If I was in like this ridiculous like shitty band and had this video, and it was like, hey, we found this video, we're gonna edit it and make it like really shitty for you. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. That's fucking great. I would recommend also going out and watching the full music video, because they like trim it down to just like the most like ridiculous parts. Yeah. The band was very like, it was like that hardcore with like the electronic stuff in it. So like the
Okay, it was during
choruses are
that
very
time.
the choruses are very like EDM sounding synths and like up and down, you know, jump, put your hands in the air, and then the verses, and then it's like breakdowns and just hardcore shit, screaming and all that. And it's like, yeah, you were at that time, but this band, whoo boy, they take it extra. There's like all kinds of flips. There's all kinds of like these like weird camera angles, and
It's
the
just how
drummers
you
like
stand out in the crowd, Brian.
yeah. Oh my god, but it works because I like remember it so vividly, and I watched it a bunch of
See?
times. I do think we need like a stream where we just like watch shitty like hardcore music videos and like kind of laugh, but also go like song kind of bops, or like at the time I would have been super into this shit or whatever.
I've been like, I can't believe we fucking listened to
Yeah.
this.
Oh my god, it makes me smile. It just brings a smile to my face. Go check it out. The song is called fuck. I can't even like say any of this out loud without like laughing. The song is called Independence Day
Oh, Jesus Christ.
by It Lives, It Breathes.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Oh, I feel like it made the rounds as being super ridiculous, and the singer looks just like Dennis from It's Always Sunny as Dayman. Like the singer looks straight up like Dayman. Yeah, Peter, go give it the clicky dickies.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god, I feel so bad for myself and
just yourself only.
just myself and the words I've come up with.
You do this to yourself every time.
I try not to, but you know.
Also, want to give a quick shout out for those who are in the Chicagoland area, or if you want to order stuff to ship. Our friends at Hope for the Day run Sip of Hope coffee shop up in Logan Square, and because of the shutdown with COVID-19, they're one of the few businesses that's in jeopardy of closing forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the only 100% funded coffee shop that gives all of their proceeds to charity to prevent suicide and suicide education. Mm-hmm. So if you're able to either donate or like order coffee or whatever, definitely try to do it. I used to intern for Hope for the Day, so I am a little bit biased, but it is a really great organization. And
I don't think you're biased for.
I can 100% confirm that the money does directly go straight into these educational, things that they're educational training, and also like teaching people like how to change the rhetoric on suicide and suicide prevention. It's called Hope for the Day. The coffee shop is Sip of Hope. Mm.
Yeah.
And their coffee is by Dark Matter Coffee, which up here a lot of people really like. So
yeah, Dark Matter is really good. Yeah, they are. We interviewed Johnny as one of like our first interviews, the founder of Hope for the Day, and just all around amazing guy. Who that's co-signed by Barack Obama, by the way. That
is, yes. Former President Barack Obama has said
that Johnny Boucher is awesome guy. So yeah, I don't think you're biased by saying that this coffee shop and what their mission is to support mental health and like to be a place that would under normal circumstances be a physical location you can go if you need support in that way. Like, I don't think you're biased in saying like that is a good thing that needs to be supported in this time, because that mission becomes much harder at a time when it is probably more needed than ever. Like if we come out of this and people are losing their jobs, people are feeling like they can't do anything, they feel unsafe, they feel like they can't like go outside into the world and like not be at risk of something. And who knows what the economy is going to be like? Who knows what's going to happen after this is over? I think that is a place that definitely needs to stick around and be a source of good and a source of, just a source for people like us and like anyone we know probably.
The other good thing is that their coffee shop, when you walk in, they actually have pamphlets and like just like little statistics and help cards and like leaflets that are in different languages, and also range from people who are veterans who need mental health help, also to people who are in domestic violence situations, and also for like kids. So they actually have a very wide array of coverage, which you kind of don't see everywhere else. A lot of times it's more specialized, but here you can kind of walk in and be like, oh, this is my specific thing I'm looking for, and they'll usually have it. And they train their baristas to also be able to kind of receive and understand what you're saying, because me being barista in the past, you do meet a lot of your regulars, and you learn a lot about people. Even some of them will tell you crazy things that you would never think, and sometimes you're like, I don't know how to react. They teach you how to react to it to the best of your ability. So
yeah, they're awesome, and they're really I'm really hoping that everybody can pull through this. Like, all these businesses stay open, all these people stay employed. Like, we don't know, but I'm really hoping that Sip of Hope is one of the places that weathers this storm. I wanted to bring that up, so thank you for mentioning that for the pod. There's also, like, maybe you have more information on this than I do, but there's been a Save Our Venues campaign going around for a lot of independent venues. So Chicago, all of the local independent venues here have signed on with this. I believe it's a national
it's a national initiative, but for like Chicago, it's called Civil. It's basically also been like in the past couple of years since they wanted to bring in the whole big Sterling Bay Live Nation thing over in back of the yards, the whole like multiplex like concert venues. Everyone's in the independent scene has been banding together. So they kind of had this initiative already, but now it's even more in full effect, because I mean, they're not getting any type of income. Like, and a lot of bars are trying to sell, the liquor and beer that they have to their customers and packages so they can make something. But also the city of Chicago is trying to limit it, and they don't see them working with them or uplifting that limitation and rule that they have against selling liquor on the curbside is essentially what it would be. So that's another issue. I know. So at this point, they're trying to band together and also have put it towards like the government to say, we need funding too, because we are an entertainment arts venue. And if anybody else who's worked in the industry, like gig workers or people who are 1099 contract workers, or they've had the biggest issues getting unemployment and getting any type of assistance outside of it. While there are other like independent grants people can apply for, a lot of other few are in between. One of them is the Grammy Music Cares grant, where you're only considered to be eligible for it if you have at least 5 singles that are actually like through like the Grammys and like a national single put out. So a lot of people you think would be eligible aren't eligible.
Wow, weird.
So there are weird limitations like that prohibit people, even if they are, huge, like very seasoned, like say like VIP managers.
Yeah.
If they have anything that, say they've only been doing like VIP and like the music, like say for Post Malone or something, hypothetically speaking, for only like a year or two, they could possibly not be eligible for those grants. And also those grants can only pay out so much money. So that's also a lot of the, contributing factors going on that has really hurts the arts and entertainment industry. And it's putting a lot of people who are musicians or work as like stagehands or like as VIP coordinators or do anything else in the industry as a living, because they're gig workers, to survive. And it's hard to pivot that to a different career choice as well. And not a lot of people want it, which I don't blame them. I personally like that type of crazy lifestyle rather than a 9 to 5. That's just how some people are. But when it comes to applying for aid from the government, it's been a huge push and a huge battle to get any type of recognition. Here in Illinois, at least, people can finally file for unemployment through the IDS system if they are a gig worker. But there's been a lot of holdups with it because it's not finally detailed out. So a lot of people still aren't getting the money that they need. So when it comes to music venues in particular, it's up to a lot of, the participants who go there and experience it to kind of help out and give back at this point and to bring awareness to it. And, going and supporting them either financially or, sharing it, or also trying to get the word out more to the press and to the public media. And also saying, hey, government, I need you to look at this because, you can't just survive without arts and entertainment. Otherwise, people would be fucking bored. I mean, that's why entertainment and sports journalism was created, because you can't just listen to hard news day in and day out. You're going to lose your fucking mind. So it's just about supporting your local industry. You know, even if you sometimes go to like the Riv for a band instead of going to House of Blues or Ticketmaster Live Nation owned venue, you're still in that music scene industry.
Mm-hmm.
So consider, being aware of it and sharing those posts and trying to collaborate and work with them and understanding their mission and trying to get the government to pay attention to it, because these people do just as much work as everybody else, and they deserve to be able to live and also like keep their venue going, especially because a lot of us, go to those venues a lot, or sometimes we put on shows at the venue. I know Sub T is one of the ones that's really, in a high possibility of closing right now, and they always do Emo Night LA there, and everyone knows the Brian goes there and DJs.
Dude, I've played there so many times over like past 15 years. Like I've played there. Like it would impact me personally like a lot more than you would expect just to see like one venue close and it's in an area where like I don't think that anyone's going to be too upset from the local
demographic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the demographic and government perspective.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be too upset if it closed, but it would really negatively affect Chicago. Like
it would be almost similar to when the Double Door closed. Also, it's on like the same street basically.
It's literally right
off the Damon Blue line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember when the Double Door closed. It closed like literally 3 days after I saw a show there, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it still impacts a lot of people nowadays too. So, if you're able to help and support your local music venues, whether you're in Chicago or you're in whatever other fucking state you're in, or whatever country you're in, I don't know where you're listening to. Try to support if you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that like there's a subterranean in everywhere. There's a local venue or some way that people were like putting on these smaller shows. Sub T is not a big venue. Like it's bigger than your basement. I
your
guess.
Normal DIY. Yeah, it's bigger than like a DIY.
But it's
show.
Certainly not a large place. The stage is small. The capacity is like 350. So it's not a large venue, and that is why a lot of like up and coming bands have played there. A lot of new bands have played there. Some people played their first tour there. I believe the 1975 has played there. I gotta check on this one guy.
It was a Lala after show. They played there.
So like a lot of Lala bands like go there, and like you can see these large bands in small venues, and I'm sure everywhere has something like that. Everywhere has like this small venue that they used to go to and see bands at, and like those are the places that if they're still around right now, like they need the help, because this is like, even if the economy gets rough and people are still allowed to go out, that's a completely different situation than like not being able to even go into a building or having to keep that building closed for basically 3.5 months is what it will end up as of the recording of this. So
yeah, I mean, also the thing is too, is when we come back from this, all social distancing could still be in effect. So you can't really go to a show and stand 6 feet apart from somebody in the pit. Like that's not possible. I mean, unless you're at like a really, really small show.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. No one knows what it's going to be like. Like there's no way to tell the future. I'm sure did I just break some news for everybody? So, there's no way of knowing. And the uncertainty is obviously the biggest issue with the planet right now. But we can do our part, I suppose. Like, I feel economically safe at the moment. So giving to a venue that means a lot to me, that I want to keep around, like I can do that. Giving to Sip of Hope, I can do that from where I'm at. So hopefully there are other people that are willing to also give. But just weird times with that. So hopefully, really brought it down, but hopefully everybody can, just support your local venues, support the people around you, support your communities, and we'll get through it together. Positive message. Yeah.
I will throw into our friend Kyle Janice over at Susera Hot Sauce. I didn't know this, but I guess he also like kind of like has a hand in X-Ray Arcade up in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
And like running it. And what he does best, was create a really good spicy hot sauce that is always going to that's going to give whatever profits go to it. It goes to fund and help that venue stay like around. And they actually have a good bundle. So it's the hot sauce, a koozie, some stickers, and a prayer candle with the hot sauce design on it for like $22.
Fantastic.
And you can do pickup if you're in the city and can do in Wisconsin and can do pickup, or you can just get it shipped to you. But looking at the prices, that's kind of like a good fucking deal.
It's a pretty good deal.
Also, if you need a candle, there's a candle and it looks cool. And then you got some good hot sauce to cook with at home.
Yeah.
So if you're able to do that too, I know there's a lot of other, independent makers doing their part. So if you find any of them and, if you feel more incentivized to get something out of it, which I don't blame you because a lot of us don't have expendable income as much as we used to anymore.
Right.
Definitely do that. And then you're also supporting other people. So
yeah. Peter, pray to the sauce.
Yeah.
Put your hands together and pray to the sauce. Lizzie, do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't know. I don't think so. It was a very light week comparatively.
Yeah.
With everything else, like there wasn't that much happening actually.
No.
So.
As far as Twitch streams go, since we're going to be doing this for another month, I want to keep doing additional things. So last Friday, I did a new music stream of just listening to some new albums that came out. Peter, you said earlier that you got really into Dance Gavin Dance, so I'm glad that I helped you do that. It was fun. I liked hanging out. I liked vibing, just vibing with the people. So I think the plan now will be to do like a Friday afternoon happy hour and new music, like maybe some new music, maybe other music, like just do like a happy hour around it. So, everybody, if you're working, then you're probably out of work. If you're not working, then, it's also, you're out of work, I guess.
Oh I don't know. God.
I don't know. I'm like trying to think of like,
that was a really bad,
yeah, I know.
It's a real bad pitch, my guy.
Bad pitch. Like just come to the drink and hang out. I'm not really good at promoting events apparently. Yeah, so I plan to continue to do that 5:30 on Fridays. There are some new albums coming out this month. Nothing I saw for this Friday.
I don't think so. I know a lot of releases also got delayed. I just saw a whole like article list of a bunch of albums that got delayed. I'm like, okay, so when do these come out then?
I know in 2 weeks. So a week from this Friday will be Hayley Williams' album.
Petals for Armor.
Yeah, and then the 22nd will be 1975. So that'll be a good and B long stream.
Yeah,
because it's 22 songs on it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Peter, you can drink water, you can drink tea, you can drink coffee, like you can drink whatever on it. I will have probably only one bevy.
Oh no.
I don't know. I only got through one the last time. Oh no, I got through two. I can get through two. Yeah, so we're probably just gonna play other songs, not just new releases, like some other jams in the meantime. But I felt like it was just fun. Like it's not really a DJ set. I'm just like sitting listening to music and like hanging out. So if that's something you're into, emosocialclub.tv, 5:30 p.m. Fridays. You can come in whenever you want and stay. Don't leave. I was going to say leave whenever you want, but I'm like, don't. I was
about to say don't tell them to leave, Brian. That's not how it works.
Yeah, you're kind of mean if you leave.
You'll make him cry.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get you set up to do streaming as well. You'll have a studio now, so maybe that'll be easier for you.
A little bit. I was thinking the other day I was doing Zoom yoga. I'm like, what if we do emo yoga but with Zoom?
Dude, you could do it.
We could. I'm not licensed or certified, but I've been doing yoga for over 13 years, so I feel like that's close enough.
Who cares?
Don't hurt yourself. I use weights.
I'm not licensed to do what we're doing right now.
You can't. Nobody's licensed to do any of this.
Lizzie, I haven't taken a class. I'm 0 weeks into a 10-week podcasting class. I'm not licensed. I'm not a licensed podcaster.
I didn't even know those existed, sir.
I didn't know a class existed.
This is a new media age, Brian.
Clearly. So
Social media influencing as a class exists.
I get it. I know it does. I almost signed up for it a couple times through General Assembly, but haven't. I meant like social media marketing, like not influencing, but as a marketer.
It's both at my university.
Oh no, I don't want that. So I want you to get set up with it, and then I don't know. I'm probably going to try to do video game streams at some point. It's just hard with like trying to figure out when around work and all that. But hopefully I'll have Guitar Hero and Rock Band soon.
You'll have that. I wish I had all that stuff still.
Yeah, I'll do some music streams on that, and that'll be like a by request thing, so everybody can come in and request what they want to hear. Are
you also gonna get the microphone to do Rock Band and sing?
Yeah, I have it all.
Oh, okay, you got it all. I only had a guitar, so.
Oh yeah, I have. I think I have 2 guitars, and I have the drums, and I have a microphone. I don't know how everything works. I don't remember. I don't remember if it like wasn't working correctly. So we'll find that out.
So whatever works is what you're gonna play.
Exactly.
Love it.
I went online to like see, like maybe I'll just like buy like a new one. Like I know Rock Band 4 came out in 2015. So I was like, okay, well maybe for like a new generation system, like I'll just buy it like for PS4 and I'll play it there. Guess how much now those instruments are going for?
At least 100.
At least $300 to $400.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And that's for any individual item, like drums, $400, guitar, $400.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
So I was like,
go buy an actual fucking guitar, you posers.
Yeah, it's cheaper to buy a real guitar.
I don't know how to play either of them, but at that point, I say fucking just buy one, a whole ass real one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best with what I have, because that's very cost prohibitive for this. Something that like
people like the nostalgia aspect of it. It's fine.
Exactly. And I think that everybody right now is like, well, I want to do whatever I want to do, so I'm just gonna get this.
We can do book club, emo social club. I'm rereading Catcher in the Rye like I do every single year to see like how much I fucking hate Holden Caulfield or how much I relate more to him. Last year really fucking hated him, so we're gonna see how it goes this year.
See how it goes. There's also a thing you can do now on Twitch to watch movies on Amazon Prime, so we might also try to do an emo social club like movie view.
Yeah, we'll have to like pick a movie and be like, it's this one.
Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not like it's all like their selection that they're allowing to be streamed on Twitch.
Oh, really? Okay, I was wondering what the stipulations were.
Yeah, but you can watch like Captain America, Iron Man.
I don't like
the
Marvel
Avengers
movies.
are in there. You're a mess. I gotta end this stream. I gotta get out of here.
Oh my god,
you guys! I'm in a dangerous relationship right now on this podcast. Wow, don't like Marvel movies.
I don't know where you've been for the last 2.5 years.
I don't know. In a delusional state where I thought that you liked Marvel movies. Apparently, like I feel like you've told me.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's chill.
That's oh my god, that counts. That counts.
Wow, Peter,
though.
I see. I like Guardians, but everything else I can't.
No, that's wrong.
Listen, I had a bad relationship where they called the dude I was saying Captain America, so I could no longer watch Captain America without being a little.
First
triggered,
of all, that's unfair. And I understand that while you may have past experiences that are now dictating your future experiences, fucking fix that.
Oh my god,
you're missing out on quality content, Lizzie.
Am I?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Fucking love Marvel movies. No, I understand, but I'm being dramatic because I.
Oh,
really
I know.
It's not like Disney's missing out on your like $10, like in their billions. Like
right, exactly.
Pool, like whatever.
Listen, they already get my Disney Plus. No, they don't, because it's free through Verizon, because my brother has Verizon. So,
well, guess what's on Disney Plus for free for you? All the Marvel movies. So
all the Star Wars movies are. So, and May the 4th, the latest Star Wars comes to it. Let's go.
I haven't seen it, and I've only heard bad critiques, and I saw somebody the other day post on my Facebook, episode 9 is unwatchable. And I was like, ooh, a take.
I mean, I like it, but I also am like a Star Wars person. So when I saw it, I did cry because I had emotions for it. So I really liked it. So Peter, we're great now.
I might like it. I also like my top 2 favorite Star Wars movies of all of them is Rogue One and Episode 8.
Okay.
Like Episode 8, Last Jedi to me was like so good. I understand all the critiques and I can agree with most of the critiques, but I loved that movie more than I loved a lot of the movies.
I think you'll be fine with it. I mean, it is definitely kind of fanfare, but at the same time, you kind of want to wrap up Star Wars, it being such like a big cult fan favorite.
Yeah.
You want to wrap it up the way that some people want it. Usually I'm not that type of person who caters to fanfare, but what you kind of like assume would happen does, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't want this to happen, but I did at the same time, and that's great. And now I'm going to cry about this the rest of this happened.
All right. Unfortunately, I am the only one in this household that likes Star Wars, so I will have to watch it by myself at some point.
I'm so sorry. We could try to live stream it illegally.
Yeah, I don't want to run. I don't want to fight Disney. I'm willing to like watch YouTube videos of like emo bands, but I am not willing to challenge Disney.
I would want to see you fight another emo band.
Fight another emo band?
Yeah, like if they were like, you're live streaming my music video without my permission, but it's like a really shitty emo band that like nobody's ever heard of, and they think they're hot shit. I just want to see.
Just let us do it, man.
It'd be Trapped. The only way you're going to get promotion. It'd be Trapped. Because I would love to start beef with Trapped, actually.
Everybody looks bad. Well, all right. I think we'll wrap it there. Right?
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good to me.
We'll stick around. We'll keep streaming, but I'm going to end the recording. So I'm just going to do our outro real quick. Let me get the music queued up. I'm going to try to time it out real nice. But stick around. We're not done yet. We're just gonna play an outro. And if you want to be a part of the after show, I don't know.
Oh no.
Do we have an after show? If you want to hang out after the show is over, then you got to come to emosocialclub.tv on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Yeah. So we'll see you on the pod times, and we'll see you on the Emo Social TVs. And from all of us here at the Emo Social Club podcast, I'm Brian, that's Lizzie, and goodbye. Forgot how to time that out.
Good job.